I'm oftentimes asked if I have any regrets, and I came up with two. So the first regret has to do with this picture here. The year is 2011. I am on my 5th year of attempting to accomplish a pretty sizable goal, which is to have 100 closed transactions in a calendar year. And this is the year that I'm gonna do it. It's October, I'm at 87 closed. All I gotta do is just finish strong. It's the last week of October, and I decide to set an appointment on Halloween at 4:30. I'm a trained professional. I'll get in and out of there in 45 minutes and be done. At this moment, he realized he screwed up. As soon as I sat down with this guy, he was a talker's talker. He was a retired negotiator for unions. I'm already here, roll up my sleeves, let's go to work. Start talking about commissions. We go round and round in a circle for 50 minutes. Exasperated, a little bit pissed off, frustrated. So I get up and leave. Two things were true that day. First one is I didn't take that listing. The second one is I didn't get to participate in my son's first Halloween. I see a lot of heads shaking. You know what that's like, huh? The second regret is actually more recent and had to deal with my transition to EXP. So prior to joining EXP, I actually owned part of a Keller Williams office. I actually sold it back in order to participate in this opportunity, lost about $80,000 during that transition. I had a guide, I had a coach. His name is Lars. Some of you guys may know him, Real Estate B School. He would begin these calls in a way that I wasn't accustomed to and I didn't like. I want you to bring me some personal wins and some professional wins. Professional wins were easy. Personal wins, that was a challenge. I was grasping at straws, okay? The way he got my attention is he said, hey bro, if you don't come back with a personal win, I'm not gonna coach you anymore. And lo and behold, guess what? I found a personal win. And I was so excited. I'm like, don't even ask me about the professional wins, okay? Just ask me about the personal win. He asks me, and what I tell him is, I went to my son's soccer game. The year previously, I had only gone to one to Sebastian's soccer games. Why? Because they were at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. If you are selling 150 homes a year, coaching 30 people one-on-one and 70 in groups, it's very difficult to stop what you're doing at 2:30 in the afternoon and come back and be in the office at like 5:30. So I shared this with Lars, and then I said very playfully, I was like, oh my God, do you know what his response was? He was like, what? He was shocked, Sebastian was, that I was at his game. And what Lars said to me, he looked right into my soul on Zoom and he said, Aaron, that is terrible that he's that surprised that you're there. Have you ever got the wind knocked out of you? That's what that statement was to me. That's why coaching is a very powerful thing, because they point things out that you may not be paying attention to. And I realized that there had to be a better way. I didn't know what the way was, but I was either gonna find the way or make the way. How many people have gotten yourself personally or professionally where something was no longer acceptable to you? Show of hands. Yeah, that is the proper state that you need to be in order to take action. When I don't know what the answer is I get access to guides, people who do know what the answer is, and they've been down that path before. And I'm excited to report that Sebastian's last soccer season, I only missed one of his soccer games. Yeah. What is also true is I haven't sold a single piece of real estate in 18 months. And between revenue share and investments, that supersedes my living expenses by a factor of 3. So I'm financially free and independent at 43 years old. Now, my intention in sharing that is definitely not to brag or boast. It's to demonstrate to you that I believe that everybody in this room with the right understanding of what this vehicle is, the right approach and the right strategies, you could do anything I've done in less time, okay? I've spent the last 17 years of my career selling over 2,000 properties, 80% of that business being listings sold, starting a coaching company with 100 coaching clients, selling back my interest in KW, and in 25 months attracting 340 agents to this organization. Everything I've done in my career is not unique. Selling real estate in high volume is not unique. Attracting people in high volume is not unique. What is unique is execution. If you can come up with something new, people will clap. If you can execute, you'll be worshiped. It's the hard part. So the difficult decision that I needed to make to go all in, and the reason why that's so difficult is because money has an addictive quality, and because of it, we get addicted to the way that we receive it. Doing deals is fantastic. It's a wonderful mechanism for raising an enormous amount of cash. Based on everybody's education levels, we're making a lot of money for what we're doing. At the same time, it'll pay your bills. Attraction will take care of you and your family for the rest of your life. And a lazy mind's answer is just to work harder, guys. If you wanna make a quantum leap from one place to another, you need different vehicles, different strategies, different mental maps, and different vehicles. This is the book that I read that helped me to understand leverage. I had a very rudimentary understanding of leverage until recently. It's called The Almanac of Naval Ravikant. As people that are entrepreneurial, you guys see money everywhere. I know I do. So you know what the hard part is? Deciding what's worth your time. Do you know how many agents I meet that want to sell real estate, start a property management company, own part of a title company, and people would rather own 4 businesses that make no money than one that does? It's just ego. So how do you decide what's worth your time? Let's say you have 10 opportunities to stack time on top of. What questions can you ask yourself to help you to decide? Does this compound? Does this get bigger over time? You see, with selling real estate, inputs and outputs are associated. I take one listing, I get one commission check. How many of you guys would like to have 1 turn into 10, turn into 20? You see, because I've brought 49 people to the organization, that's turned into 340. That's an 8x return on my time. The second question I ask myself is this highly leveraged? And here's what you need to ask yourself. Can this exist without you? And can it grow without you? Once I use those filters, I'm only left with 2 opportunities. And with those 2 opportunities, I move to the next filter. Which one is in alignment with my natural skills and abilities? Which one will allow me to do meaningful work with people that I like and enjoy? And which one will allow me to have the biggest impact on the most people? When you go through that filter, you're left with 1. Do you guys want to know what the hard part is when you get down to the 1? Saying no to everything else. That is immature, and your income reflects it. It's too expensive to wing it. Would you ever get on a plane with a pilot that announced to everybody, you know what, today guys, I'm just gonna wing it? So why in the world are you walking into presentations and you think you're gonna wing it? The money's not in the service, it's in the selling of the service. Very few people are actually trying. Some people know how to sell the service better than others. You have a puppy, I have a puppy, we should be friends, you should list with me. If an agent goes on 100 listing presentations, they only take 20 listings. That's pathetic. I'll go on 100 appointments, I'll take 85 listings. If you want to get paid like a professional, you need to practice like one. Whatever your income goal is for 2026, is that in alignment with your practice schedule? Because if it's not, you're delusional. Affirmation without discipline is the beginning of delusion. You think somebody sprinkled magical fairy dust on me? Skills, guys.